Good afternoon, guys. I thought, you know what, this is no better time than now for a review. So I've got a scale here, and it's 1 to 10. 5 would be I'm gonna rate it based on my previous experiences, which is Windows everything, all Windows XP or Windows Vista. I'm writing it down so I know. So 5 is my middle part, and 1 would be worse than Windows in general, and 10 would be maximally better than Windows in general. It's going to start with an overall rating on the Mac, and I'm going to give it an 8. Because it is better than Windows, but it has flaws, so it doesn't deserve a 10. So we'll just go ahead and start. You know, I've had some issues here recently, and I'm not liking it. And of course, from what I'm hearing, they're normal. It's not an issue with the computer itself. It's just a known issue, and I guess I had my standards set really high because I was expecting to get an operating system that was flawless, that would not have any issues at all, ever. And of course, you're not going to get that anywhere you go. So you know that's kind of where I was at whenever I came up to the whole OS X thing. Reliability is one big thing. And I'm going to give OS X a 6 on that. A 6. Just a tad bit better than Windows XP or Windows in general, but not better. I'm very popular on Skype. I'm just going to close Skype. Yes, I do. Okay. So, reliability. Because, as you know, Windows Vista had the blue screen problems. It would blue screen all the time. With Windows XP, you hardly ever had that problem. There was never a blue screen. There was times where I would overuse the computer, it would run out of physical memory, and it would just, or physical memory dump or whatever, and then it would have to restart. Did it a lot more on Windows Vista than it did on Windows XP. Yes, I talk with my hands now. I am a Mac user. But anyway, that was a problem with Windows Vista. Now with Windows XP, it wasn't really a problem at all. You have the problem, but it wasn't as much as Windows Vista. I've noticed with my Mac, at least once a day now, I get the what you might call blue screen effect. It's not blue, it's black, and it says, please hold a power button, you must restart your Mac. And I'm not sure what's up with this. From what I'm hearing, this is normal. When you overuse your Mac, it doesn't have a physical memory dump that just shuts it down. It tells you, okay, you need to shut me down right now. That can be a good thing and a bad thing. The reason I give it a 6, because it happens a lot. It's happening just as much as it did on Vista. The reason that I give it a 6 is on Vista, if it happened, the computer would dramatically slow down an hour before this blue screen happened. It would slow down to a point where it would take forever to load the simplest application. On the Mac, it never slows down. It's full speed, full force, all the time. And I like that. But whenever it runs out of this physical memory, it just stops. It can do nothing else. Now, one thing I didn't like, it did it twice yesterday. This is the first time it's ever done it twice in a day, but it happened twice yesterday, which I didn't really like that at all. That it could be my RAM, because as you know, I got the standard Apple RAM 1 gig, and then the other 2 gigs are just like I bought it at Walmart. It's 800 meg, but it's from Walmart. So that could be a possibility, but I really doubt it. 5 minutes in, and I've only got to reliability. We'll just skip to ease of use. The Mac is a lot easier to figure out than Windows would be. So I mean, you know, if you're not familiar with computers, you may have a better experience on a Mac than you do anywhere else. But sometimes when people look at ease of use, they think, well, the amount of stuff that it can do may be limited because of this ease of use feature. That's exactly what I thought of OS X whenever I first got it. That's actually not the case. OS X turns out to be a lot more powerful than my Windows computer ever could have been. I can do a lot more stuff now than I ever could, and I still have that ease of use ability. You know, the ease of doing everything. It just does it. It's not a problem. Another thing that I loved is this camera that I use. It's actually down here. High definition camera that I use to shoot all my videos with would not work on Windows. I plugged it in. Windows could not find the driver. I went and installed the driver, and the driver would not work. On the Mac, I plug it in, immediately pops up iPhoto, asks me if I want to transfer my photos over. It knows the camera, it knows everything. So let's get back just a second. What we were previously talking about, ease of use. I kind of stopped myself in that. I'm gonna give that a 9 because the fact that the computer can do everything that you would want to do and need to do and still be easy to use, it just unlocks a whole new era of stuff for the computer. I like that. But back to, you know, recognizing devices, I'm going to give that a 10 because it's amazing. I've not yet had a problem, you know, plugging a device into the Mac and the Mac just recognizing it and saying, all right, it's this or it's that. I've not tried to plug in my cell phone yet. There's been a few things I'd like to do with this. There's some unlocking software that I'd like to run on it, and so we'll try that. I mean, maybe the computer will recognize it right up and we'll be fine. So we'll try that. And so like I said, overall, I'm going to give it an 8. It's not perfect, but it is a lot better. It does have issues. That's with any computer. Now, I've told you mainly about problems in this video, but the one thing that I have not told you about that I really like about the ability to download whatever I want and not having to worry. The Mac doesn't get viruses. And I'm pretty sure that if it did, it'd be covered in Apple Care because a friend of mine said that he had a virus. There are like 3 known viruses to the Mac. And he said he got one of them and took it into his local Apple store and they fixed it. They removed the virus and they was like, all right, you know, whatever. No problem. No charge. So I really like that about them. So far, my experience with Apple Care, nothing less than perfect because it's been awesome. Apple Care, I give them a 10. Apple Care wins. For now, this has been my review of the Mac. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it was useful to some of you, and if not, go screw yourself. I don't know. I like my Mac. I've not had many problems. I do have problems, but I've not had many problems. And so far, I'm liking it. So, yeah. But I will admit, I do occasionally go back to Windows XP once in a while. But luckily the Mac can run Windows XP seamlessly, so I just switch over on Boot Camp and I'm fine.